Okay. I'm live. That's the message that I got. Okay. So, thank you all for joining me today for my lovely Nene moment. Just me speaking my mind about a conversation I just had with a young lady. And we were talking about children and them choosing the wrong mate and things like that. And so while we were talking, um, it just all come back to rebellion. As soon as you were told you cannot, the desire to want to takes over. Um, and so I decided to make a nene moment about it because that is one thing that I feel, like prime example, the Bible. Um, we sit up here and we look at all the things that the Bible say not do. Do not fornicate. You know, keep yourself. Do not lie. Do not steal. Do not this. And we look at it as, and those are the major ones. But we look at all that and we hear, dang, it's like I can't do nothing, and this and that, this and that. But after I had went through life and went through the things in life that, caused me hurt and pain, when I look at it, I had people in my life to try to talk me away from doing those things. If it was not my mother or my sisters, you know, people either showed me an example or they actually told me like, Nay, don't this or don't that, or you should look at life like this, and it's like, they just don't want me to do this and they just don't want me to do that, when in all actuality they was protecting me or giving me the information that they had from experiences that they have had, or from things that they have seen. And my heart goes out to everyone that has been in a abusive relationship, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. Um, and then when our loved ones try to talk us away from getting away from those people, whatever it is in us that keeps us attached to that person just trumps that. And even though deep down inside we know that it ain't right for the simple fact because of the uncomfortable feeling that it gives us. Making comments like, I wonder when he just gonna really blow up on me, or I wonder if the next time would be worse, or on and on and on. And in all actuality, you know, that's never okay to have to deal with. Um, but it's like, how do you get around that? Because if you sit up here and tell them not to, they'll do. And then so it's like, okay, pray about it. And like the words say, just taking it from, the way that I take it is, train a child up in a way that they should go. And when they get older, they will not depart from it. And it's like, that is so much easier said than done for the simple fact because guess what? We love our babies. We love our babies and we want to give them and protect them as much as we possibly can. So we tell them, don't do this and don't do that, or why would you do this and why would you do that? Instead of, you know what? Well, baby girl or son, okay, this is not the road that I would want you to go down because it can cause all these type of problems. But at the same time, I trust you to make wise choices for yourself. Um, I'm not saying that will work in any type of way, but just me being a young woman before and me growing up, um, and people telling me, well, don't say you would never X, Y, and Z because you never know until you're in that situation. And I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to X, Y, and Z. And then I did exactly what I said I would not do. And it caused me anger, frustration, and things like that. And if we just take 5 seconds to listen to the alarms that go off in our bodies, because we feel uncomfortable when we are being mistreated, used and abused and things like that. And this goes for men and women as well. We feel something in our spirit that says this is not right and I should walk away. But when we got that other thing, well, I love this person. Well, if that person loves is causing you hurt and pain, that person do not love you as much as you love them, and it's best to walk away. And We don't want to walk away because we scared that we may lose that person. But if that person is causing you hurt and pain, then guess what? They need to lose you. And if you make that stance and walk away because you do not like that treatment, then guess what? As well as you are healing to know that you do not deserve that, that person will heal and know, you know what, I did really love that person. I did really care about that person, and I don't want that person gone. So it would make them have to get themselves together before they can ever come back into your life. So if you love someone so much, sometimes you have to walk away. You have to walk away. Never is the love for someone ever should it ever trump your love for yourself to the point to where you receive hurt and pain from the person that says that they love you. Because if they love you, then they wouldn't do things to hurt you, putting their hands on you. You know, I'm sorry to say, but a lot of the times I was the aggressor, and I felt justified when I was the aggressor because I'm like, you say that you love me, but you're doing this, and because you say that you love me, and even though I tried to walk away and I lashed out like that, I tried to justify it. But at the end of the day, if my love for that person was so great, I would have just simply, you know what? I have done this as long as I can. We have discussed this, and you keep on doing the same acts. But I cannot do it anymore. Once you get to a point to where you feel like you can love and honor me, then we can probably talk. But right now, I think we need time apart. If you were in an abusive relationship, I would advise have that conversation over the phone. Because if that person have already abused you, for whatever reason, you don't want to sit up there and say that and then they do something more hurtful to you. But if you were in a safe place, make that declaration. And then if you just take a moment to love yourself. If this person is aggressive and you know what, you ain't gonna leave me alone, whatever, get an ex parte, get a restraining order, do whatever you need to do to keep that person away from you. Because if they already hurt you before, it only gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And that's coming from a person who was the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Um, don't do it. Even though we may sit up here because someone told us not to, we want to go see and experiment for ourselves. But sometimes when you experience things for yourself, you do not bounce back like, the person who tried to tell you did. It can be a mental break. It can be an emotional break. It can be anything. And so what you don't do, I feel, is to play with your heart and your mind like that to the point to where you can be broken to the point to where you can't see past tomorrow or see past what your current situation when all you have to do is take a stance. Take a stance. So I'm never co-signing being rebellious, but at the same time, if you feel like you need to experience something, go for it. But then as soon as you get a response that you did not want to get, listen to those warning signs that are going off inside of you and walk away. Walk away. You would be doing yourself justice as well as you would be doing that other person justice. And if you walk away, and if the person is that aggressive to the point to where they are not going to let you walk away, then the best bet for them is to get a restraining order. Because if they do not do something to hurt you or whatever, when that person finally get tired of being with you or you finally get tired and you walk away, then they'll get in another relationship and they probably hurt that person even more. So not only are you advocating for yourself, you're advocating for the future women as well. And so if you take that stance, men and women, because there's men out here that get abused too. Now, when I say I was the aggressor in my relationship, I was never just abusive like that. But at the same time, when you play with my feelings, I would get aggressive and, physical, but walk away. You will be saving that person that you love. If you love that person, teach them a lesson to help them grow. Do not teach them a lesson of stand there and letting them think that it's okay to treat you the way that they're treating you because it don't work. It don't last. All you do is get hurt, and then you blame those who try to love you and give you that word of encouragement to let you know that you're better than that and you do not deserve that. You'll end up turning to them as though they are the victim. Like they are the person who hurt you when they wasn't, when all they try to do is give you words of encouragement and let you know that you do not deserve that and you need to walk away. So I leave y'all with that. Just simply listen to the warning signs that are inside of you. Take your time and read your word. And instead of looking at it as punishment, look at it as, you know what? guidance, instructions, things like that, but we are human and we will go through things. But at the end of the day, just listen to all the information that comes your way. And I trust God will I trust that God will let that information that you receive drop in at the right time to where you make the proper actions. He always give us a way out, I feel. Um, May we wait until the last minute to where we don't see an out, but it's always an out. So listen to your warning signals, your warning signs that goes off within yourself. Do not love someone more than you love yourself. When you love someone more than you love yourself, you allow yourself to take on all types of love and pain. Hi, Shell Poo Poo. Hi, my niecey Poo. I love you. Um, but yes, just please do not put no one. Don't love someone more than you love yourself, because if that person is hurting you, they do not love you as much as you love them. And no matter how much love you give them, it will not work. So I love y'all. Be blessed, and just always know it's not always good to be rebellious. It's not. Sometimes listen to prevent you from a lot of heartache and pain. Well, thank you for stopping by and joining me for my Nene moment. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that it gives you a little bit of incentive to love yourself a little bit more and do not allow yourself to take on unnecessary hurt and pain. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.